New York team, Mike Garafolo, the Giants, goes to London. We do know that Tyrod Taylor's in concussion protocol. You'd have to assume that he wouldn't make the trip. That leaves Daniel Jones and Davis Webb. Daniel Jones has an injury. They need a quarterback.
They might, because I'm asking about Daniel Jones' status, and I'm getting a lot of shrugs and a lot of I don't knows and a lot of we'll sees. That's kind of how Brian Daboll phrased it when he spoke to the media on Monday and said we'll see how his progress goes throughout the week. Certainly mobility is a big part of what Daniel Jones does, so if he can't move that well, then maybe the Giants play it safe. Long story short, they're having a workout today, as Brian Daboll indicated that they would when asked about it. Jake Fromm, who was with the Giants last year, the former Georgia quarterback, he is one of the participants, as is A.J. McCarron. Now, there's familiarity with McCarron. He was with the Buffalo Bills in 2018. So Joe Shane, the general manager, and Daboll, the head coach, certainly know him well. Whoever it is, if you need him to be dressed on game day, it's got to be a quick study. So it would make sense why those two guys are there. Fromm with the familiarity with the organization and the players, and McCarron, the familiarity with the head coach and the general manager. We'll let you know how it goes.
If the Giants sign McCarron, I'm hoping they fax the signature and the contract into the league office. Can't get enough NFL transaction humor. Actually, you can. It really wasn't that funny. All right, in New England, Tom.
I got it.
Yeah, if you get it, then it's funny.
I didn't.
Though. You don't remember the whole A.J.
missing?
McCarron fax machine debacle at the trade deadline between the Browns and the Bengals and Hugh Jackson at the trade?
Oh,
Jackson
I remember Elvis Doomerville.
Oh, no, I'm mixing my jokes, right? Elvis Doomerville was the fax. The other one, wow. Are we on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's just start over. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay. Let's
We'll do it live.
Let's use take two. 3, 2, 1. Tom, tell me about the Patriots' backup quarterback situation.
Well, Andrew, the Patriots certainly need to add to their depth chart, given that Mac Jones, with that high ankle sprain, still in a, as we know from Bill Belichick, day-by-day situation as he tries to rehab right now. And Brian Hoyer, who started in Mac Jones' place, suffered a concussion in Sunday's game against the Packers. That leaves rookie Bailey Zappi as the only healthy quarterback currently on the roster. But I am told the expectation is the Patriots are adding a quarterback, and it will be Garrett Gilbert, a guy who is very well traveled, has started games, played for Washington last season, also had a stint with the Patriots previously, so that would make some sense, even though they're running a different scheme at this point. Gilbert flew in yesterday. Deal is not signed yet, but that is the expectation. And there's a very real possibility right now that even though they would sign him initially to the practice squad, that he could be active on game day as Bailey Zappi's backup if, in fact, Mac Jones is not ready to go and if Brian Hoyer does not clear concussion protocol prior to this weekend.
Garrett Gilbert, a one-time draft pick of the St. Louis Rams, also led Steve Spurrier's Orlando Apollos to a kind of sort of AAF championship. They were the best team when that league decided to fold and stop paying people. All right, Kenny Pickett, Mike, in Pittsburgh, officially now the starting quarterback. What did Mike Tomlin say?
Yeah, he's getting paid. He's got himself a nice first-round contract. But he is the starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin making it official and saying, look, it's not all about how Mitchell Trubisky played. I don't want to put that all at his feet. It's about how we're doing as a whole. That's players, that's coaches, that's everybody involved. So they're trying to provide some kind of spark by bringing in Kenny Pickett. And there was a throw that Kenny Pickett made on Sunday when he went into the game where Quinnen Williams was bearing down on him. We may or may not see it here. I don't know if we've got it, but he delivered a ball to Pat Freiermuth for a, here it is. Boom.
Look at that.
Got rocked by Quinnen Williams and was still able to deliver the pass there. The Steelers coaches love that, so they're going with Pickett. Tomlin hoping that it provides the spark that the Pittsburgh offense badly needs. We'll see about sparking things in Buffalo. That's not a great defense to go up against. It's not a great environment to have to make your starting debut. And by the way, just to clean this all up, before we get out of here, finish off this A block, it was an email. It was Sashi Brown.
Yes, it was an email.
An email
Thank you.
to the Bengals. So, and it was, that's why the A.J. McCarron Browns, was it Browns to Bengals? Browns
to Bengals to Browns.
Yes, Bengals to Browns. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
The Browns
And
Browns
the Elvis Doomerville thing was a Denver-Baltimore thing with the fax machine.
Yeah, that was a fax. The email here, fax there.
Teamwork. Thanks for picking me up here.
Restructure.
Humor not funny
contract
today.
with Elvis Doomerville.
Mixing up jokes. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Tom. And here are the Steelers' offensive numbers now that Kenny Pickett is going to try to fix, although he cannot do it all himself. And it isn't just this year. Brian Baldinger, Jim Trotter with me now. Adrian in research, Baldy, tells me that the Steelers are 31st in total offense going back to 2019. Obviously, Ben's had injury issues. He wasn't the same at the end of his career. There's been some Mason Rudolph starts in there as well. It's more than just the quarterback.
It is. But the quarterback's job is to score points. And they're just not scoring enough points. Mitch Trubisky threw 2 touchdown passes in his 14 quarters. They weren't getting the ball in the end zone. That's the bottom line. Now, I think they need more than a spark, and I think Kenny Pickett gives them more than a spark. The one thing in just his 13 attempts that he made in the second half against the Jets is he is going to allow his receivers to have a chance to go get it. Even the first play of the game, which was designed to go down the field to chase Claypool with max protection, he gave him a chance. Now, the Jets made the play. The ball got intercepted. But he didn't shy away from taking back shoulder throws to George Pickens, or the throw that Mike just talked about to Freiermuth in the middle of the field when Quinnen Williams just plastered him into the turf in Pittsburgh. I think he's going to open this offense up, how quickly he sees the field and how quickly he releases the ball. I think it's going to help everybody, the offensive line, the running game, and the total point production, I think is going to go up with Kenny Pickett in the lineup.
You know, Baldy, Mike Tomlin had planned to be patient with Mitchell Trubisky, but that changed, I believe, when T.J. Watt got hurt. Because their plan was to play ball control offense and play great defense. With T.J. Watt out, they can't keep pace defensively with some of these other offenses that they're facing. And consider this, in their next 4 games, they are playing 3 offenses that are in the top 10 in scoring. And that's the Eagles, the Bills, and the Dolphins. And, oh, by the way, the 4th team is Tom Brady and the Bucs, who just put up 31 the other night. So from that standpoint, they've got to be able to score offensively. And when you look at Mitchell Trubisky, if you exclude possessions at the end of the half, he had 39 possessions. Of those 39 possessions, only 4 ended in touchdowns. So I think what Mike Tomlin is saying here is that obviously Kenny Pickett gives us that spark, hopefully, to get more touchdowns out of this offense, knowing that this defense can't carry the load as it might have if T.J. Watt had been in the lineup.
Pickett had 2 rushing touchdowns in his debut. Second half, he played this past week against the Jets. Yes, he did throw 3 picks. One of them, though, was a Hail Mary. Steelers 1-3 to open up the season consecutive years for the first time since 1935.